what up, though, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chopping It Up with Uncle Sean, the podcast. I am your host, Uncle Sean. And today on the podcast, I always wanted to say that. Today on the podcast, we're going to talk about what really motivates Uncle Sean. And what hopefully, after our little conversation, will begin to motivate you. First thing I want to say is this is a labor of love for me. I do this for me because this is something that I want to do. I enjoy watching other people do their podcast and tell their stories or whatnot. And it motivated me to want to do what I do. It wasn't that, oh, I think I could do that better than them, or, they stupid or they dumb or ugly, or I think it wasn't on that type of deal. It was, wow, I've always wanted to kind of have my own radio show or whatever. So you don't think it's possible? I actually tried to go to a broadcast school back in the day called Specs Howard, but at the time I didn't have the money to pay the tuition. You know, that's just real. I couldn't afford the tuition. So I let that dream go for a while. But now we're in the age of the podcaster. I went out and purchased me some podcast equipment and some other things and microphones and whatnot, and just decided, hey, I'm going to do this. Now, here's my thing. See, I'm not a computer person. I'm not very computer savvy, as you might can tell. But I'm learning. A wise man knows his limitations, but he does not let his limitations stop him. See, I'm one of those people who has always had to improvise. I'm one of those people who's always had to figure it out because I don't have no help a lot of times. And I'm not saying that I don't have people who love me or who won't, help me out. But I'm talking about when it comes to certain things that I want to do or accomplish, there is no help. And when you reach out to people for help doing certain things, they don't want to help you. They don't have time. And see, here's my thing. I don't ask anybody for anything as a favor. We're either going to barter or I'm going to pay you. Either I have something to offer you of equal value of what I'm asking for you, or I'm going to ask you, how much is this going to cost me? What's the ticket? So when you don't want to do something, that just means you don't want to do it. It's not like, oh, he just wanted me to do him a favor and he never did me no for. No, I don't ask for favors. Understand? I ain't gonna ask you, really. It's only one or two people on this earth that I'll ask for anything. So my thing is that I'm going to do this to the best of my ability. And it might be people out there like, oh, you don't have no subscribers or whatever. So what? Everybody got to start somewhere. But guess what? I like getting mines out the mud, and that's the goes into the episode that the show that I'm going to do today. Because this show is about haters. I want to talk about haters. And I want to say before I even start that if anything that I say makes you feel how they say some kind of way, then maybe you a hater and you need to examine yourself. Now, Uncle Sean, you might say, what, everybody use that word. What is a hater? A hater is a person who sits up and they these are people who don't want you to succeed, basically. Basically, in a nutshell, these are people who have no vested interest in your failure, so to speak, but yet they just don't want to see you successful or to succeed or happy or whatever it is. And these, a lot of times, are your friends and family members. Because you'll get more positive reinforcement from a stranger. You will get more positive reinforcement from a stranger than you will your own friends and family. You have people around you who don't want to hear about anything good that happens to you. If you call them and tell you that you hit a number and you ain't talking about giving them no paper, they ready to get off the phone. I'll call you back later. If you tell them that you just got a promotion at work, oh, that's nice. I'll talk to you later. Click. They don't want to hear about it. But if you call up and tell them that you got fired, they will talk on the phone with your ass the rest of the day. They'll be trying to come over. Oh, they want to hear all about this. If you tell them about some misfortune that you're going through, they want to talk. But they do not want to hear nothing good. That's a hater. Now, let me tell you something, and I'm going to be real. Everybody hates. I've done it. You've done it. Everybody hates. But that does not make you a hater. See, some people are habitual haters. They don't want to see you or anybody else doing nothing better than them, having nothing better than them. A hater can't even give you a compliment. Everybody else, you can walk into church and everybody at the church can be like, wow, you look nice today, brother Brown or whatever. And you got this one sucker over here, ain't got nothing to say. He can't bring himself to say, hey, that's a sharp ass hat or whatever. Just a hater. You getting attention that he's not going to get. Let me tell you something. A hater is not necessarily a person who doesn't have nothing. You got people who have more than what you have, yet any little thing that you get, they hate. Because I guess it's the feeling of, oh God, they're getting closer to me. Listen, the way I see it, the hater is my motivator. Once I identify you in my mind as a hater, and you're somebody that I may have to be in contact with, whether I have to work around you or do business with you or with family members or whatever, I'm going to try my best to make your ass miserable. I'm going to try to be as successful as I can just to aggravate you. Yes, I get out my damn bed every day to disappoint a hater. And the P. Anyway, I've had things that I've went through in my life, and I've watched other people rise up above me. And I went through periods where I didn't feel like I was gonna get any better than what I was or where I was or whatever. But I still was not a hater because I always looked at, see, I look at another man's success as, wow, if he can do it, I can do it. But not coming from a hating standpoint, but coming from a, okay, he's human, I'm human, I'm intelligent, he's intelligent. I should be able to at least be able to bare minimum do that. I'm not like mad at him because he did it or he got it. I've always felt like an underdog. I'm not gonna kid you. I remember, I mean, not, and I've never had low self esteem. Don't get me wrong. I've never been a person who looked down on himself, but I've always been aware of how other people looked at me, if that makes sense. In other words, let me give you an example. Me being me, I hook up with a very attractive woman. Let's say back when I was in my mid to late 20s. I hook up with a very attractive woman, right? And guys around me look at me and feel like if she'll get with him, then I know she'll get with me because he's not this or he's too that. So they attempt to take a woman away from you or try to talk to her and get her to leave you alone to talk to them because they're better than you or better looking than you or whatever. And that shit ain't never worked. Yeah, okay, you might be some fly, handsome dude. But a chick that I deal with, she ain't on that. She likes me for me. If she around me and if she don't, you can have her, bro. But see, I ain't never been the type of dude that wanted what other people have. I want mine. And I want it the way I want it. If I see you with a nice car, I'm not going to go try to find the same car you got. And I'm not looking for nothing that looks better than your car. I'm going to get me what I want for me. I ain't in competition with none of these suckers out here. Listen, this labor of love that I'm doing right now, this podcast, I've reached out to a couple people and I'm not mad because in the end, I was raised by a man. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. And ain't nobody gonna stop me. You can hate all you want. And that's been the case all my life. I've been dealing with haters, which is the reason why my circle ain't even a complete circle. It's a fucking C. You know what I'm saying? I got gusto, but only some I can trust. Yo. See, these old must be nice ass niggas and bitches, I will make your stomach turn. Because you always gonna be wondering, damn, how does he keep making strides when we using so much mental energy hating on him and talking shit behind his back and being unsupportive. Let me tell you something about me. If you trying to do something positive and good, I will support you. If you selling uh hot dogs, I might not even want a fucking hot dog. And I might have to go way out of my way to get your hot dog. And I'm not saying I'm gonna go get your hot dog every day, but once in a while, I'm gonna go get the hot dog from you. Because I'm going to support you. Because that's what we're supposed to do. Especially friends and family. Not only am I gonna go get your hot dog, now if it ain't good, I ain't gonna lie. But if your shit is good, I'm gonna tell everybody I know, man, my uncle got a great hot dog, man. That mug is over there, yeah. Yeah, he over there, yeah. I'm talking you up. I want your business to grow. I want you to do well. And I'm not going to ask you for shit. I'm not going to ask you for a free hot dog. Nothing. If your hot dog is $3, I'm going to pay you $3 for the hot dog. Because I'm not no hater. And I ain't no freeloader. But yet, got people, like I say, they just don't want you having nothing. And they might have everything. I mean, that's almost like the elite rich class here in America. They got everything, but they don't want you to have anything. That's the ultimate hater. If you got a nice house, why don't you want me to have one? If you have a nice car, why don't you want me to have a nice car? Why does it threaten you for me to have a nice car and you already got one? Why is it that if you have something and I'm attempting to get what you have, why don't you want to hear about my journey? Trying to come up. I can't tell you about it. We can't talk about what's going on positive with me. Why? Because you a hater. If, let's say you got a relative and they come into some good fortune and they tell you about the good fortune and let's say they're getting a big, huge house built. And let's say this person never had that much. So they're happy about what's going on with themselves. So and they thinking, wow, this person should be happy for me. And they get the big huge house built and they invite this person out and the person don't come. Okay, couldn't make it. And then another holiday or whatever comes up, or just a odd Saturday evening, hey, come on through and see my crib, they don't come. And let's say several years go by, and every time there's been an invitation, it's been declined. That's a hater. Because if you were upset with somebody and you don't fuck with them, why didn't you tell them that? Oh, they just supposed to know? But yet you talk nice with them and you interact with them and whatever, but I'm not coming out there to see that house. I don't want to see your new car. No, you don't have to ride your new car by my house. No, I don't I ain't home right now. It could be something small as a a nice leather coat you just got. You could be going out with a friend and you got let's say you just went and bought a sharp ass leather coat. And you and your friend, you get ready to go out and you know your shit sharp. Everybody who's seen the coat said it's sharp. And your friend is the only person who don't give you a compliment about the coat. That's a hater. And see, what I do, see, I don't get mad at haters. I don't. I laugh at them. I laugh at haters because once I know what triggers your hate, I'm going to feed it to you. I'm gonna feed it to you like a fat dog. I'll have your gut dragging the ground. If I know that every time something fortunate happens to me, it makes you sick, you're gonna be the first person I tell. Yep, yep. Because that same, like I said earlier, that same person, if something bad happens to you, they don't, they can't stop talking. Let's say you came into some misfortune and that same big house they wouldn't come see, they found out you was finna lose. That'll probably be when you get your first visit. Oh, it's a shame. Mm-mm-mm. Boy, this show is a nice house you about to lose. Yeah. Suckers. But see, what most haters don't realize is that by being the hater that you are, all you're doing is setting yourself up for misfortune. All you're doing is setting yourself up for other people to hate on you and to revel in your misfortune and to not want to celebrate your victories and your highs. All because I don't really, to tell the truth, because I'm not really a hater. I guess hating is, I guess it's just a form of jealousy. But like I say, a person could be jealous of you and they got more than you got. Not the same, but actually got more than you have. And they're jealous of one thing you got. And it eats them the fuck up. And some of us have been walking around and interacting with these haters our whole life. And some of us haven't even realized that we was messing around with a hater. I had a childhood friend of mine, and I knew this guy from the time we were about 7, and I didn't realize until I got in my 20s that this guy was a hater. He never wanted to see me having success. But see, when you're young, you don't really look at it like that. You know, when we little kids or whatever, okay. But when you get older and now you're dealing with more adult type things, you notice, wait a minute, every time he got something negative to say when everybody else positive. You know, the type of person that you could tell, like you could have on a nice pair of brand new shoes and you see them looking at your shoes. And let's say 5 people you walk by who you ain't even know was like, ooh, those are nice shoes. Those are sharp. Hey, bro, where you get those from? And dude don't say nothing. And then he'd be like, oh, how much you pay for those? And you'd be like, oh, you know, they was regular price, such and such. I got them on sale for such. Yeah, it looked like it. That type of shit. And after you get a certain age and a certain maturity and you realize, you know what? I can't be around no motherfucker that's hating on me like that. Why am I around a motherfucker that hates on me like that? Every little thing I get or do, they can't give me a compliment. or they trying to put me down, and they never miss an opportunity to do that. I'm not finna keep fucking with you. For what? You know, why? Now, family is a little different, you know. Now, a lot of black folks, you be hearing them, oh, listen, we gotta stop that cutting our family shit off. Unless they doing something, heinous, it's not, there's certain stuff that, but just cause you don't, y'all get into arguments or whatever like that, as long as it ain't nothing violent or nothing like that, you don't not communicate with your family. Now you might not hang around them, but you don't never, because these are some times we living in where you don't never know where you might end up or where you might have to go or where you might need to be at a certain time. And it'd be nice to have a family member that you can call and say, hey, yo, is it all right if I, whatever, in an emergency time. And I got a show coming up about preparedness. Another thing people don't want to hear about. You know, it's amazing how when you try to talk to people about something, I always listen. Unless it's just some straight bullshit. If you trying to put me up on something, and I might not be interested in it. You might be trying to put me up on stocks or a particular stock or something. And I might right away know I ain't interested. But I'm at least going to listen and hear you out. And I might not give it much thought. But guess what? If your tip works out, excuse me, I'll be like, damn, I should have listened to him. So maybe next time I will. But a hater, all they gonna do is hate. And when they do, look, the hater that's looking on your Facebook page right now, scrolling, trying to find anything they can exploit to make you look bad to somebody else. Or something that they can make themselves feel good about. Looking for chinks in the armor. You got people that the only reason why they are friends with you on social media is to monitor you to see when it's good to kick you, to see when you down. Or even if they ain't gonna do nothing, they can snicker, to themselves. They only feel good when they feel like you doing bad. Or things ain't going so well for them. That's why I don't post too much of my personal shit. You won't know if I got a new car. You won't know if nothing. But what I want you to know, and what you're going to know is going to be just enough to upset your stomach. Just enough to make you take a big heaping swallow or gulp of haterade. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself being a hater. You just really ought to. Especially you hating motherfuckers that's got shit. Now I can see if you're broke, poor, on your knuckles, lazy than a motherfucker, punk motherfucker. I can see if you hating. Because what else can you do? You don't want to do nothing for yourself, so you hate. But a motherfucker that's got stuff, got things, doing pretty well for themselves, and that they hate on other folks that might not even be doing quite as well, or maybe they doing just as well, or maybe a little better. But what the hell is wrong with you? And when a man does that, to me, that's some bitch shit. You a hoe ass motherfucker. You a hoe ass motherfucker. You got everything you need and then some. Extras. And you hating on another person who ain't even got as much as you got, or like I say, just as much, or maybe just a little bit more. That is some hoe ass, punk ass, bitch made ass shit. And see, you can't tell a hater that they're a hater. They got to come to that conclusion themselves. It's just like an alcoholic. You can sit up and talk about how much a motherfucker drink, and man, goddamn, you done got 8 DUIs, and you know you drink every day. You know you alcoholic. No, until they come to the conclusion that they're alcoholic. No, you just talking outside of your neck. Same thing with a hater. You could not convince a hater that they're a hater. I guarantee you. How am I a hater? You know how you know? Because you can be describing a hater that's done the exact shit that the motherfucker that you describing them to, that you really talking about, really, and they'll be talking shit about the hater. Like, motherfucker, you did that shit, but you don't even recognize what you did, even though it was the same shit as being hate. Haters are somewhat delusional. I would like to do a study on haters. I bet you most haters got high blood pressure. I bet you. I wonder, can I get a grant for that? No, Trump ain't letting you get no grant. Well, next to the Democrat get in there, they be handing out money. If I act like I'm a motherfucking foreigner or something, they'll give me a grant. And I'll do a study on hate and high blood pressure. Because your blood pressure's got to be fucking high to sit up and just hate all goddamn, all that old shit. Hating. In your mind, just hating. Why such and such got to get this? How come I can't have that? Why come this? Must be nice. That's that must be nice motherfucker. That's the 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 severe underachiever right there. That's the person who didn't have enough ambition or gumption to try to make more out of themselves. So now they they pretty well fucked up. So all they can do is every time they hear about something good happening to somebody who's busting their ass, must be nice. Yeah, I just got back from the Caribbean. I was out there relaxing or whatever. Must be nice. Yeah, I met my over exceeded my quota at work, and they gave me a nice bonus or whatever. Must be nice. Everything must be nice. Hating ass motherfucker. Then you got the I don't want to hear about it. That hater. Every time you start talking about anything good about happening to you, or even you having a good day, damn near, I don't want to hear about it. You can call them up and be like, man, oh man, I think my old lady cheating on me. Man, my car, my engine about to go out. You'll be on the phone 3 days with them. They won't want to get off the phone with your ass overnight because they want to hear all about your misery and misfortune. Yeah, but you call them up and be like, oh man, I met this wonderful woman, and oh my goodness, she's great, and she's rich, and oh, click, and you dial back, and you can't get through, and then you hear 2 weeks, oh, my phone died, and you ain't called me back in 2, 3 weeks. I don't want. He don't want to hear that shit. That hater don't want to hear that shit. Shit. Hell no. You just ruined his motherfucking month. Huh. Pathetic. I don't know how you can walk around being like that all the time. I love to be around, especially other black folks that's doing it, getting it legally. And if they doing it otherwise and they don't get caught, stay over there. But yeah, do it. Shit. Shit. I don't want to be around nobody that's always having messed up luck and misfortune and all that. I like to be around people that's doing well and good things happen to. Some of that shit might rub off on me. I want friends who have nice homes and have nice cars because I want to come visit your nice home. And when it's your turn to drive somewhere, I want to get in your nice car. I ain't gonna hate on you. Shit. Hey, bro, this is nice. I like being able to tell other folk, man, my homeboy got a nice ass crib over here. Man, it's sharp. I'm gonna brag for you. Not enough to be trying to get nobody to rob you or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, I I'm happy for you. Shit. I wish you get 2 more houses and 8 more cars. Shit. Who wants their friends not doing well? A hater. Who gets mad because their friend is happy in their relationship? A hater. Who gets mad because your friend got a nice car and maybe it's a year or two newer than your car? A hater. What kind of person won't look at a free video and push a like button. A hater. Yeah. I consider you a hater if you know somebody. Let's say your Facebook friend. You'll scroll through and you half the time not the same people that's not gonna like a photo or whatever, those same people are not gonna like look at your video. And here's the funny thing. This is how you can find out how many people actually are looking at your shit. You could have something unfortunate happen to you, a death in the family, and put that up, and you'll get 135,000 motherfucking likes and condolences and all of that. So they be looking. I know you be looking. And if you won't just go to the link, put on the link, let it play in the background. If you don't want to hear my fucking mouth, turn the sound down. Just let it play. You listen to all kind of other shit, but because it's somebody you know or know of or kind of know or whatever, oh no. Because don't let this motherfucker right here become one of them, the big podcaster or whatever. No, no, no. I couldn't stand it. Because I've been secretly waiting on this sucker to fall for a long time. Because he talked too much shit. That's what people, hey, I know. I can feel your hate flowing through you. And it feeds me. Yeah. You see how fat you can get off hate? Eating hate? It's your fault. Fucking hating. Stop hating and lose some weight then. Don't talk shit about me being fat if you hating and I'm eating off of that shit. Yo, listen. I don't you don't bother me. If you hating on me, I know you hating on me. If you've been around me, I know you hating on me if you've been hating on me. Trust me, I might not have said nothing. I don't treat you no different. Because you know why? Because you're my motivation. You're my reasoning for getting up and trying my best to be successful in life. Because I want you to be mad. I want all my haters' face screwed up. I want your bowels tied up. And that's the way each one of y'all should approach the hate that you receive on a daily basis. Don't let the hate paralyze you. Don't let because somebody tell you, you can't do this or you can't do that. Don't let that stop you. Let that motivate you. Show them, prove them wrong. Because 9 times out of 10, if you put a little effort forth, you'll find out they are wrong. You're wrong. I could do it. I've done it. Now deal with it. Make them throw up. Make them sit up and just stew in the stank of madness. That's my advice. This has been Uncle Sean. We was talking about them haters today.
Huh?
Yeah. We was talking about them haters today. And I want you to be motivated by your haters. Do not let your haters stop you from doing what you know that you can do. Uncle Sean, signing off. Peace.